So in the last class, we have discussed the concept of paging. In paging, we have discussed that how we are dividing our logical address space in pages and physical address space in frames, how the number of bits are setting, what is the role of a page table, how this page table is helping in converting the logical address into a corresponding physical address, and what is the offset values, and offset will be same in logical as well as the physical. Now, similar to that, a new concept is there, which is segmentation. Why we are studying this segmentation? Segmentation is similar to that paging concept. Okay, here also we are going to break our process in different blocks, but these blocks will not be of similar type, similar size. In paging, all the blocks were of similar sizes, page size. Every page size will be same. Here, we are dividing our process in different segments, which is having different sizes. Why to use this type of segmentation? In paging, there may be a case that you have written a long code, a long for loop, and you are dividing your for loop contents in 2 or 3 different pages. There might be a case, but this should not be the helpful. If you are breaking your particular thread in different pages, this will harm you when you are running that particular page. That's why now what we are doing, we are just breaking our process in different modules, in different blocks that are known as segments, segment of a program. That segment can run individually without taking any help from the other segment. These are the individual segments, you can say. Memory management scheme that supports user view of memory. A program is a collection of segments. A segment is a logical unit such as main program, any procedure, function, method, any object, local variables, global variables, common block, stack. Anything that can run individually is known as the segment. Now you are breaking your process in different segments, not the pages. These segments may have different sizes. Obviously, they will be having different sizes. Like this is your logical address space, system is generating some addresses. You are dividing your process in different segments like subroutine. One is stack, other is symbol table, other is main program, then a square root function. These all are separate segments. Now what to do with these segments? These segments need to be mapped in the physical memory. Physical memory is somewhat like this, as we have discussed in the paging also. So there will be space, there will be free space. So first you are putting here, then fourth you are putting here, second you are putting here, third you are putting here. These will take different sizes in the physical memory. Okay. So again, you need to understand that there in paging we were having a page table where all the pages should be mapped to corresponding frames. Here also we need to have such kind of table, which is known as segment table. But segment table is not having only 2 entries, page number and frame number. Here some extra entries will be there. What will be there? Let's check. When any process is CPU is generating any address, that address is divided into 2 parts again. a segment number and the offset. Segment number will be there and the offset will be there. Segment table, what will be having the segment table? It maps 2D physical address. Each table entry has base and limit. Contains the starting physical address where the segment reside in the memory, and limit will be there, specifies the length of the segment. Because all the segments will be having the different sizes, so we need to maintain base and limit for every segment. From which address your segment is starting and up to which address your segment is there. So every segment will be having base and limit. Segment table base register is also there. What is this? It points to the segment table's location in the memory. Segment table base address means it points the segment table's location in the memory. So starting address of the segment in the memory. Segment table length register means indicates a number of segments used by a program. So how many segments you are having, that will be denoted by STLR, segment table length register. I am not talking about segment length register. It is segment table length register. Segment table's length. That means how many different entries are there in the segment table. How many different entries means how many different segments are there. If segment number is less than STLR, then it is fine. Otherwise, you are going in the wrong direction. If segment table length is 10, so your segment number should be 0 to 9. Okay, that's why it is written here. Segment number S is legal if S is less than STLR, segment table length register value. Then these are the protection and some extra bits that are required. We are not going to that deep. Now, segmentation hardware, how the system is actually working here. This is CPU. It's generating an address with segment number and the offset. Here we are having physical memory. So we need to convert this address into physical address. Okay. So here, this segment you are passing here in this segment table, where corresponding to every segment, there will be a limit and base in the physical memory that are mapped. Every segment will be having the limit and base registers corresponding in the physical memory. So at any particular point, for any value of S, it will give you some limit and base value. Now you will compare this limit with this offset. This offset should be less than this limit. This offset should be less than this limit value. If yes, then it is okay. Then you are going to add this base in the limit. Otherwise, if it is not true that the offset value is greater than limit, then you are going for addressing error. And adding this base will give you the physical address. All other things will be the same as in the paging hardware. Now, are you able to understand that in this segmentation, we will not have any kind of fragmentation? No fragmentation will be there. No internal fragmentation will be there. While in the paging, external fragmentation was not there, only internal fragmentation was there. When last page was not completely filled. That's why internal fragmentation was there. Here we don't have any internal fragmentation. Are you able to understand this logic? You need to think about it.